This video is directed to young athletes and their parents. Over the years, I've noticed a trend of prima donna athletes, bad sportsmanship, and just embarrassing behavior. I'd like to share my thoughts on having a winning attitude when it comes to sports and athletics, and that obviously spills over into other areas of life too. I'm not some elite coach or a sports psychologist. I only graduated with a degree in exercise science, but I did have a minor in common sense. So now I'm going to share some of my common sense with you, some of my thoughts about this topic. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about bad officiating. That's part of any sport. There's always going to be times when the refs or officials or umpires, whoever they are, they're going to get things wrong at times. It's just part of the game. I've been the victim of this too. It's easy to get frustrated. You go up and you do a perfect block and some ref who's out of position that didn't even see it calls you with a foul. Or you go up for a shot and you get mugged by a couple guys and they just look away and didn't see anything. So I know how frustrating it can be, but it's part of the game. Okay, now the funny thing about this, I have never, ever seen a ref change a call just because some player got in his face and argued about it, or a parent started yelling from the stands, or a coach went ballistic. Those sort of things happen all the time, and you never see the ref say, okay, my bad, and just switch and make the call. So it doesn't work. It's not productive. There have been a lot of iconic moments over the years with professional athletes arguing with the refs. I remember George Brett, Kansas City Royals, when he got called for the pine tar incident and just went crazy out there. You see that a lot in Major League Baseball. Tons of the people jawing with the refs and umpires getting right in their face. John McEnroe was famous not only for being a great player, but for the temper tantrums he threw and his confronting line judges all the time.
You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!
Now sometimes a player or a team may have a very legitimate point or a real gripe with this, and I can understand where they're coming from. I think back to, I think it was in the early 70s, the USA basketball team in the Olympics against USSR back then, and just crazy officiating, so many bad calls. US won, and then the officials for some reason stopped, put more time on the clock, and gave the ball to the Russian team, and they ended up winning on the last second shot. So there may be some incidents where an appeal is appropriate, where things are just totally got it wrong. But I'm talking about the majority of the cases when people just argue and complain with the refs and think they're going to get their way. Many years ago, one of my sons was playing in a little junior basketball league, and on a Saturday afternoon. And as I'm watching this game, their coach was just ripping into the referee, who's this 14, maybe 15-year-old kid who probably volunteered from the local high school. Anyway, he's riding him the whole game, and he would not settle down, or it was just embarrassing. Because he's teaching these young kids, you know, that's what you do when you don't like your call. You just go out there and argue and complain and whine the whole time. Anyway, I was shocked and embarrassed, and I was surprised he didn't ratchet it up even further after that.
Sweep the leg.
To have a winning mentality in sports, you have to prepare for your opponent. You also have to be prepared for bad officiating. It's just part of the game. I've been playing basketball for over 45 years, all kinds of different games with people, pickup games, high school, city leagues, and every once in a while, I'll be playing with someone who is just a hothead, who gets a bad call, and they cannot let it go. And it's so funny to watch because they might be a great player, but it's their kryptonite. They start arguing, they complaining, they can't. It's like they're going to see justice done no matter what. And you know, it's like they think they're Gladiator or Braveheart. They're going to see it through to the end and not going to give up. And all it is they're just a liability for their team. I've always felt if you're going to allow yourself to get derailed, unfocused, and bent out of shape over poor officiating, then you don't deserve to win. You're just not mentally tough enough. That's part of the game. It's unfortunate that in a lot of these cases, the parents are actually the cause of the problem with their expectations and the advice and their example for their kids.
That's a foul! That's a foul! Get that punk, put him on the deck.
I think sports and athletics are great. They can teach kids important principles. They can teach them life lessons. One of those lessons is that life isn't always fair. So when you prepare for an opponent or in a sporting event, you need to also prepare for some poor officiating. It's just part of the game. So the final thing I want to say here is just a reminder for parents that 99% of your kids are not going pro in whatever sport they're excited about right now. So you might want to just scale it back a little bit. If it's something they're passionate about and want to accomplish as they age and mature, they can put in that effort for it. But if you've got a little kid in T-ball and you're yelling at the coach and the refs and things like that, take a chill pill, man.
Hey, take it easy.
Feel free to let me know if there's any topic you'd like me to cover in these videos. Also, feel free to subscribe. When I get 100 subscribers, I'm going to wear my peacock shirt. You're not going to want to miss it.